Well, hi everyone. We are at Valley Forge National Park and we are going to drive the encampment tour that is a 10-mile, it's kind of like a gigantic loop, and it stops at 9 special things that we'll take a look at. And the Valley Forge National Park, Valley Forge was the winter encampment for George Washington and his soldiers during the American Revolutionary War. So no battle was actually ever fought here, but this whole area here is, just the place where they wintered in 1777. So this is stop 1, the visitor center. So I'm just going to show you, I'm not going to go into the visitor center today, but I just wanted to show you that this is where the tour starts at the visitor center, and you can go in there and explore. They have a lot of really cool historical things inside the visitor center. And this is a self-guided tour, so you can take as much time as you want on this tour at all the 9 stops, and you can also bring your pet in the car too, and there's no charge to do this. So I thought it would be cool to do this in the winter time, and there's snow on the ground because I thought it would be more like, what they were experiencing, all those years ago. But in the summertime, if you're visiting Valley Forge, there are tons and tons of walking and bike paths. There's lots of picnic areas. So today is a super quiet day. There's nobody here, but I just thought it would be really cool to do this in the winter. So let's get started and we'll find tour stop number 2. Everything is very well marked here as well. So you'll see route direction signs that say encampment tour, and then there'll be a sign that says, tour stop number, whatever. So it's very well marked. And this is not a tour stop, but I just thought I would show you right over here to the left. That's the Sheraton. So Valley Forge did not look like this. It was all open, fields and woods and stuff like that. But now right across the way, it is, hustling and bustling. And you'll see lots of memorials to the left and the right of this tour. I'm not going to stop at all of them, but you can do that at your leisure as well. There's tons of things to see here at Valley Forge. And here we are at tour stop number 2, Muhlenberg's Brigade huts. So we'll check these out. And before we get to the huts, here's a cannon right here. It just looks so funny. Like, you just can't imagine what it would have looked like back in the day. There's a cannon, and then if you look over here, there's that Sheraton again and all the other stuff. So it's kind of crazy. And I see the first set of log cabins, or I guess, they call them brigade huts, to the right. And there's parking here, so you can get out and explore and go inside the cabins and actually see what they look like inside and see what kind of conditions they were dealing with. So there's another memorial and then the cabins, so that's pretty cool. I forgot to put this map in the beginning. This just shows the loop that we're going to be taking today, and you can get these online. And also at the visitor center, you can pick one up. So, if you've never been here before, it's probably a good idea to stop at the visitor center first. Okay, so now we are searching for number 3 tour stop. I'm not going to show this whole entire 10-mile loop because a lot of it's really beautiful. It's, like a lot of fields and woods and stuff like that. So I'll just highlight the tour areas. And also I'll stop and if we come across anything else that's cool. So this is so pretty out today, and it's so nice in the winter actually. So I have to say, if you're debating about coming here in the winter, it's kind of nice because there's literally nobody here, because this place gets pretty crowded in the nicer months. A lot of local people come here to bike and walk and stuff like that, but also a lot of tourists come here too, and school trips. So winter, this is really cool. I don't know if I've ever been here in the snow, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Here's another one of these memorials here to the right. Behind this memorial, over in the distance, straight back, is the George Washington Chapel, and that's where I believe this tour ends at number 9. So we're kind of going to be heading around that direction. And there's been several people out walking, and I also see a log cabin coming up on the right. And sorry, I keep referring to them as log cabins, but they're encampment huts. We've always just called them log cabins growing up. And there it is. So I guess if I remember correctly, they're kind of scattered all about Valley Forge, the encampment huts. Coming up on the left, I see the next tour stop, which is the Monument Arch, the National Monument Arch. And this is dedicated to the Continental Army's soldiers and officers. So we'll look at it this way, and then we'll take a look at it on the other side too. Isn't that beautiful? There's a large parking lot on the other side here, and you can walk all along this monument. You can go underneath it. It's pretty cool. So we're just going to follow the signs, and it'll show you where to go and where the parking is. And like I said, everything is super well marked, so you can't miss any of the landmarks here. I saw a sign for encampment tours straight ahead, so this is the direction we are going, and the parking lot is right up here on the left-hand side for the Memorial Arch. Here's the tour stop number 3, Memorial Arch, and there is the parking lot right here, and then we'll just get out and I'll just show you the view from this side, which is really pretty too. Although, the snow is kind of blocking some of the views, and I'm not going to walk up there because it's still really icy out. It's so hard to walk on the snow that we had, the big snowstorm we just had. Definitely can't wait for the snow to melt so we can actually take walks, on trails and stuff. You just haven't been able to do too much. But isn't this a beautiful view from this direction with the flag right in the center of the arch? Really cool, neat views. Okay, and we're off to find tour stop number 4. And number 4 is the Wayne statue. This statue was placed here to honor General Anthony Wayne. So that's where we're headed to next. Isn't this a pretty view though? There's just gorgeous views like this all over Valley Forge National Park. So when you visit here, you'll really enjoy it. And here's another encampment hut. Actually, a couple of them. How pretty up in the trees like that. With the snow. Coming up here, you'll see these columns. These are called the Pennsylvania columns at Valley Forge. And these were put up around 1909 to honor the soldiers that were here. Here's another memorial and also some more encampment huts. And right up from the cabin is the Wayne statue right here. So we'll pull in and I'll try to get a better picture from the front. But there it is, pretty neat. Looks kind of like a silhouette with the sun behind it. That's super cool. And we'll just keep kind of going around this statue and we'll see the other side of it. Will probably be lit up a lot more. Oh, isn't this pretty? See the sun on this side of it. Really, what a neat monument. So the next stop on our tour is Washington's headquarters, and that's a few miles from this location. And you'll actually, this is a one-way here, you'll actually get out onto a two-lane road, and Washington's headquarters are located on Route 23. So that's where we are headed now. Here's the sign for Washington's headquarters, and we'll be turning left into here. And we're not going to go into Washington's headquarters. I was there before, and it's pretty cool. If you would like us to do a more detailed tour of Valley Forge, leave us a note in the comments. But the George Washington's headquarters is actually really neat to see. I just don't have that amount of time, because the whole tour, if you stop at everything and get out and look at everything, you're talking, several hours, because there's definitely a lot to see. So I'll drive down here and at least just show you the couple buildings and where to go. And all their signage is so organized with where to park, or if you need to drop off somebody, they have all that marked out really clearly. So this is where you would walk down to take a look at Washington's headquarters, right there to the right. And there's the sign, Washington's headquarters, and there's one of the buildings down there. And it looks like there's railroad tracks there too. I never noticed that before. And then there's the other really beautiful building, and there's like a pretty creek or a stream, if I remember. It's been a long time since I've been in there, but definitely worth a visit if you're in Valley Forge for sure. The one house that's there is the house that George and Martha Washington resided in. So, they have, the time period kitchen and all that kind of thing, how you would have furnished that house during those times. So it's a super neat historical stop. So let's continue on our tour to the next stop. And there's a couple more encampment huts there to the right. And we're going to be headed up this hill. There's the tour sign, and here we go. This is pretty, isn't it? This monument on the right here was put up in 1913 by the state of New Jersey to commemorate the soldiers that were here during the Revolutionary War. There's some more encampment huts down the hill there. We're on top of the hill now, and I just wanted to show you, there's the road we were just on down there, like when we got on the double lane highway, and I just wanted to show you a view from up top here. This drive has been absolutely so peaceful. I've only passed, well, there's one car, but I think I've only passed 2 other cars this whole time, and maybe a couple walkers. It's just been a really, peaceful, pretty drive around Valley Forge National Park. So I highly recommend stopping here in the winter. The only drawback is that you can't really walk around with all this snow, so that's kind of a bummer. But, if you are here in the winter, it is really super beautiful. So unfortunately, the number 6 area of notable interest is closed. And it looks like it was like, it's called Redoubt 3. And it's a structure in the earth created for defense. So that one unfortunately was closed today. It looked like the overlook there had some construction going on. And here's another encampment. Number 7 is coming up right here on the left. on the right. And this is the artillery park where cannons were stored. They also did maintenance on the cannons in this park area here as well. And here's just a view of that area. And they also have picnic tables here too, so this is another picnic stop in the nicer months. Lots of history here for sure. Lot to take in. So we are coming up to tour stop number 8 right up here. Number 8 is the von Steuben statue, and that is over here in this parking lot, and I see it down here on the right-hand side. This statue was put up to honor Baron von Steuben, who trained the army. And there's that statue, and it overlooks this really beautiful area. Okay, let's head to our final number 9 tour stop on this encampment tour in Valley Forge National Park. So we are headed to Washington's Memorial Chapel, and it has really beautiful stained glass windows depicting George Washington's life. And it's right coming up here, right past this building here. It's gonna come up right on the left-hand side. And this is what we saw in the beginning, all the way across the field. So just this whole encampment tour just makes one big giant loop. And here's the chapel. It's so pretty. I've been here, ages ago and went inside, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately though, it looks like it is not opened you can't go inside today. Bummer. We'll have to come back next time we're around this area, but here's just a look at the outside. They're doing some kind of construction. Look how pretty that is. Really neat. No, it's unfortunate it was not open, but that happens sometimes. So they're definitely doing some kind of, construction work on the chapel itself. But anyway, that was super cool. I am so glad we went through each of the tour stops. It was a beautiful day, a beautiful winter day. And I'm glad we did it in the winter and not the summer, because it kind of just gives that feeling of what the weather maybe would have been like, how harsh the conditions would have been all those many years ago. So let me know how you like this Valley Forge National Park tour. I thought it was pretty cool. So thank you so much. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching this. And whatever you're doing, have a wonderful day. God bless everybody.